Welcome to the top 10 most pulled comic books for November 26, 2025. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you love daily comic book content, you like me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy, guys, you came to the right place. Hit that subscribe button. You're not going to be disappointed. This is going to be a banger of a week. There's a lot of great comics coming out for Thanksgiving week. Where do I get this data from? I get it from League of Comic Geeks.com. This is a free site where you can create your own pull list each week. You can also keep track of comic books that are coming out each week, and for this video I compile the data of what people are most excited about all the way to the bottom. So with that being said, guys, let's see if we can break some records this week. So always we have 5 extra books to talk about, and these are the books that are on the outside looking in, trying to eventually make their way in to the top 10. And the first one we're talking about is Black Cat. This is issue 4, 32 pages, $4 for this book. And this one does have 4,802 pulls, written by G. Wilson and Gleb Melnikov does the artwork here. Can this comic book reach the same level as maybe the first volume of Miss Marvel or the current story of Poison Ivy? I guess time will tell, but I'm excited for this issue. It looks like Felicia's main enemies here are springing a trap to capture her. I like the book so far. Still got some setting up before we get into the real meat of the story. A brand new series debuting right here on Top 10 Most Pulled, and that is The Infernal Hulk. This is issue 1. The legacy numbering here is 812, 32 pages, $5. Pretty much a continuation off of Philip Kennedy Johnson's last run of The Incredible Hulk. So if you read that story, you kind of know what's going on in this one. This one does have 4,875 pulls. Like I just said, Philip Kennedy Johnson writes it, Nick Klein does the artwork, and this is the continuation of that story. So if you read that last story, you're going to know what's going on. Hopefully, Philip Kennedy Johnson does a good job at getting new readers on board with this series, because you're going to realize that Bruce Banner is no longer a part of The Incredible Hulk. You think that's a good thing, right? But not necessarily. We'll find out what happens with this series going forward. Another new issue 1 debuting on the countdown this week. Very exciting to see these new books, guys. This is Batman, Green Arrow, The Question, Arcadia. This is issue 1. This is a DC Black label, so you can hopefully expect this book to be a little bit darker. It's 32 pages. This is a $6 comic book. Now, this one does have 5,042 pulls. Not breaking any records or anything, but this is something that might be a little bit different. It's written by Gabriel Hardman, and the art is done by Romulio Fernando Jr. I think I said that wrong. Anyway, when it comes to this book, I don't know too much about it. However, it does have Ollie, and it has Batman, and it does have The Question in it. So I think that could be a fun story in itself. Our 4th book that's on the outside looking in goes to The Immortal Thor. This is issue 4. Legacy numbering 790, 32 pages for the price of $5. This book does have 5,138. It continues to be in the mix every single time it comes out. Written by Al Ewing. Juanan Cabal does the artwork in this one. And it looks like we're going to get Ulick, who is the Lord of the Trolls, in this issue. I don't know anything that's going on with the Immortal Thor as of right now, but if you guys enjoying it, pretty awesome. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Our 5th and final book that's on the outside looking in goes to Geiger. This is issue 18. This book needs to be higher. However, it's been a hot minute, I feel, since the last issue came out. Freaking awesome book. 32 pages, $4 for this book. And this one does have 5,588 pulls, written by Jeff Johns, and Eduardo Penska is doing the artwork, not the regular artist that's on here. And if you remember, Tyreek was captured. He's in this particular prison. He doesn't have any of his powers. So it's kind of one of those things like, can Geiger actually die? And what's going to happen with him within these prison walls? And are heroes going to find Geiger? I don't know. Time will tell. Always a great series. We'll definitely recommend this one. Here we are. We made it to the top 10, and coming in at number 10 goes to Immortal Legend Batman. This is issue 4. 40 pages, $5 for this comic book. And this one does have 6,777 pulls, written by Kyle Higgins, Matt Groom. Dan Mora does the artwork here for this little Elseworld story. Now, in this particular issue, it looks like that possibly Batman is going into the jungle and he has to face some kind of monster or beast. Can you guess who that is? I'm guessing it's probably going to be Poison Ivy. So I want to know in the comments below, what do you guys think of Immortal Legend Batman? Would you want to see this as an ongoing or at least a volume 2? Coming in at number 9, I think this is going to be a fun one for a lot of Green Lantern and Green Arrow fans. This is Green Lantern. This is issue 29, legacy numbering 596. You're going to get 32 pages for the price of $5 for this one. And when it comes to the pull number, it's 7,332 pulls, written by Jeremy Adams. Carmine G. DeMonico is doing the artwork for this one. And it looks like Hal Jordan is off to Star City to go visit Ali. And then what happens is things go sideways and the boys themselves are coming across a cosmic threat. So this looks like a type of 1 or 2 issue story arc here, or 1 or 2 part story when it comes to this story arc before we get to the next major part of Green Lantern. I'm all on board with this one. Are we feeling great at number 8? Coming in at number 8, we have Green Arrow. This is issue 30. It's so funny how these two are side by side. The legacy numbering is 363, 32 pages, $4 for this book. And this one does have 7,371 pulls, written by Chris Condon, and the art is done by Osvaldo Penzencia Montepillar. Oh my lord. Anyway, when it comes to this comic book, this is the penultimate issue when it comes to the run on Green Arrow. And it looks like that Ali is going to be doing a fight against the Crimson Archer. I have not read this in so long, so I don't know what's going on in here. But hopefully you have enjoyed this run of Green Arrow. Okay guys, I just gotta let you know, there is no independent comic book and there is no Marvel to be found in this top 10 countdown. Absolutely amazing that DC has dominated this particular week. And coming in at number 7, we have The Flash. This is issue 27. This is a DC KO tie-in. Legacy numbering 827, 32 pages, $4. 9,920 pulls when it comes to The Flash. It's written by Mark Waid, Christopher Cantwell, and the art is done by Vasquel Gorgieff. And this is the story where it kind of goes alongside KO, where we have Impulse and Flash. And so I thought this one was okay, but it was one of my least favorites of the tie-in so far. Doesn't mean, though, it's a bad comic book. Coming in at number 6, the tension's already building, man. Things are climbing. We have Justice League Unlimited issue 13. 40 pages, $4. Obviously, another DCKO tie-in. This one does have 13,384 pulls, written by Mark Waid, Dan Mora once again. When it comes to this comic book, it's titled The Terrific 10. This is part 2. So we have Mr. Terrific, who's leading this team of just like misplaced heroes, right, in a moment in time to try to help them defeat things that are going on besides what's happening in the tournament, right? If our heroes are not successful here, these characters won't go back to their time. So it's a cool book. I like the premise behind it. It really surprised me. Looking forward to the next issue. Man, DC is cooking right now. Let me tell you, who would have ever thought they would have this many titles coming out? And coming in at number 5, kicking off the top 5, Superman issue 32, legacy numbering 875. 32 pages, $5. You ready? Here we go. This is a 16,093 pulled comic book. I don't know why I said it that way, but I'm just getting excited because these pull numbers keep going up and up when it comes to these titles based off of this cool event, right? It's written by Joshua Williamson. Eddie Burrows does the artwork in here. And this one is going to be Lex Luthor, Superman, and we're going to find out how the villains wind up getting released to get into this tournament. I'm very curious about that. And is Lex Luthor friend or foe? Coming in at number 4. DCKO issue 2. It's finally coming out. The follow-up issue to the first one, where it was all about explanation and everything else. And now we're getting into the thick of things, man. 40 pages, $6 for this comic. And this one does have 16,276 pulls. Joshua Williamson, Scott Snyder, Javier Fernandez does the artwork on here. And now we got the 32 champions I've selected for the tournament. And the cool thing about this one is the first challenge is that they got to go across the deadly arena to go acquire the new weapons for war. This is fun, dude. I love this. We haven't had a good opening to an event like this in quite some time. I can't wait to see what happens. Here we are, top 3. And coming in at number 3 is Detective Comics, issue 1103. 32 pages, $5. This one does have 17,843 pulls, written by Tom Taylor, and the art is done by Mikhail Janin. I'll congratulate Tom Taylor on writing a good detective comic. For some reason, I just can't get into this series or just detective in general. Maybe just because I read so much Batman. I don't know. But nevertheless, we're getting introduced to a new villain, or we just got introduced to a new villain in Gotham, and he is named the Lion Roar, right? Who knows? I don't know. I don't read this, but people tell me this one is pretty good. If there might be a point to jump on, just let me know in the comment section below. Here we are at number 2. And guys, I really love doing this series because when you're watching this video and I am telling you the poll number, it's the first time I'm looking at it as well. So it's like that pure reaction, right? Okay, so at number 2 is Absolute Wonder Woman issue 14. Did you guys put Absolute Wonder Woman issue 15 on your FOC? You should have, because you're going to get the crossover between Batman and Wonder Woman. I should say they're actually going to be in the same comic together. That's going to be a huge spec book. 32 pages, $5. 27,417 pulls. I'm pretty sure it's a record for this book. Kelly Thompson's the writer. Matias Bergara is the artist. Different artist. Sorry about the recycle truck that's coming through. Getting a new mic to eliminate all that stuff very soon. Anyway, when it comes to this book, super excited about this second part of this story and then leading into the whole Batman thing. So after number 1, we are not done. Remember, guys, as I have Spider Slayer's sleeper pick, because I'm showing you 15 comic books are the most pulled for the week, but I'm going to go searching down below and find that book that could be the sleeper hit, right? Sometimes I pick them right, sometimes I pick them wrong. Most recently, they've been pretty good. So we'll see what happens this week. But the number one most pulled comic book, I'm sure by far, let's see if it breaks a record again, is Absolute Batman. This is issue 14. You got Batman and Catwoman face down Bane in one final battle. That's going to be absolutely awesome. 32 pages, $5. Here we go. The pull count on this one is 41,405 pulls. It just keeps increasing every month. Written by Scott Snyder. Nick Dragotta is the writer and the artist here. Oh my gosh, absolutely awesome. Wait till the Joker shows up. Do you guys think this is going to break 45K? Do you think it's going to break 50K? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? And what do you think about this story in general? I think it's great, man. And now it's time for Spider Slayer's sleeper pick. And this one goes to I Saw Santa, a Spawn Universe Christmas Story issue 1. As of late, I haven't been really into the Spawn universe comic books, right? But this one sounds really interesting. And this one is 48 pages for the price of $6. It ranked 54th on the list this week with 715 pulls. And I don't even know who's writing this. It doesn't even give me information. That's how vague it is, right? But the story sounds interesting. Listen, it says Santa gives presents to good kids and a stocking full of coal to the bad ones. But what happens when one disturbed child takes offense to Santa's gift of coal and makes it his life's mission to torment jolly old Saint Nick for the rest of his life? Sam and Twitch discover the bodies, but only Spawn can put an end to it. Dude, that sounds like a fun comic book. I definitely want to read that. The main cover is so awesome too. I am going to check this one out for sure. And there you guys have it. There are the top 10 most pulled comic books for November 26, 2025. Hopefully you guys get all the books that you're looking for during this little Thanksgiving holiday. Enjoy them. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. And guys, as always, I'll leave you more content right here for you to click on. Remember, support your local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always read your comics so we can have great comic conversation. And I will see you guys tomorrow on New Comic Book Day.